We'll wait to see who comes on. Oh, who's on? Hello, T-Jean. I'll tell you guys in a minute. That way I don't tell everybody, you know, sorry, all over the place. Say it a million different times. It's, did you watch my other video about the firing my oncologist? Oh, my hair's a mess. Alright, I will explain that in a little bit. Ouch. My hair is all knotted. I keep putting my hair up in a ponytail so it gets knotted like wicked easy. That's not that bad. I fired my oncologist because of different things, and I explained them to her. While going through chemo, you have to get a lot of CT scans. You have to get CT scans once a month. And, I was informed towards the end of my chemotherapy treatment that a scan showed that I had two 2-millimeter nodules in my lung, my left lung, and one looked suspicious, but they're gonna watch it since it's not growing. And I'm like, they didn't give me the option of me wanting it out. But I've just been dealing with all my pain in my chest and stuff that I just pushed it aside because it wasn't growing, but I want it out anyway. So, you know, and I was like, they're like, well, it hasn't changed since blah, 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 blah. I'm like, wait a minute. I had so many CT scans, and every scan, they said there was nothing. I was never told about the nodules in my lung. Never. They're like, well, it hasn't changed since this and this and this. I was like, when did you tell me, when did you know that I had that? Because I should have been told. So there's that one. And then, a couple of little other things that I don't remember, but I knew I was mad about. And, so then, a couple visits ago, I had, excuse me, high levels of something in my liver. My liver count was high. And I asked her, well, what could cause that? And I don't think, and I told her in that video that I don't think that she was thinking, and I don't think she meant it the way that she said it, but I'm like, you told me that it was because of my excessive drinking. It's like, I don't drink. I haven't drank in years. And I told her, come to find out from my oncologist down in Albany, it was because of my medications. Wow, this is the worst my hair's ever been tangled. I gotta go get a brush and untangle this. This is horrible. I've been sleeping a lot too, so then there's that one. And she's like, I did, and I'm like, yeah, you did, and I wasn't happy because I don't drink. You assumed. I mean, yeah. So then this one was the last one. Not that it was technically her fault, but it is. I think that if your patient is getting tests, I know they have hundreds and hundreds of tests done every day for all their patients. You need to be on top of it, because something like what was missed on me, that's life-threatening, is very important. So the radiologist, what happened was the radiologist neglected to put on my notes for the doctor to talk to me about was a blood clot in my lung. So I have pulmonary I forgot, edema? No. Is it pulmonary edema? Yeah. And, they found it. I went Friday for my scans, and then literally as soon as I walked through the door, the phone was ringing to tell me that I needed to go back to the hospital to get, put on blood thinners because the pulmonary embolism, I have a pulmonary embolism in my lung, and she explained it was a blood clot and that it has grown since the December scan. And I'm like, I wasn't thinking at the time until we hung up. I'm like, wait a minute, nobody told me I had pulmonary embolism in December. Had they told me, I would have gotten it taken care of then, before it became bigger and most likely life-threatening. I've been more fatigued lately. I've been more cranky and stuff. And I thought maybe it was just part of me being sick. Well, it turns out it's the pulmonary embolism. So now there is, yeah, you think? I don't remember if it's, I can't remember if it's in the upper or lower right lobe. Whoever else is on, say hello. But, because the radiologist, when I fired the oncologist, she's like, if I had known about that in December, I would have told you. It's like, you guys should have known. That's the thing. I know the radiologist reads the things, but it's your job to be on top of it and not just take the radiologist's word for it. Let this be a lesson. Now you can't take the radiologist's word for it. You need to really do thorough investigation or thorough examination, there we go, on your patient's lab works, because this is not acceptable. And whoever it was that did it in December that neglected to put it on is going to get in a lot of trouble, because that shouldn't have happened. And they told me, the hospital called me yesterday and told me that there's an investigation going on now, because, not yesterday, yeah, yesterday, Monday. There's going to be an investigation going on for the radiologist in December, because that should not have been missed. I'm like, so much hair. I ain't complaining. Ain't complaining. Yeah, I told her, I was like, you know, this shit's life-threatening. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous in my family. It's very dangerous in so many people's family. I'm like, that's not something that you just not put on an exam, or, you know, not put in the notes, regardless of who is at fault. When they called me, I'm like, you know, I felt bad that I fired them, but I could have died. I mean, thank God. I told her, thank God you called me and let me know about this one. And, you know, I'm very thankful for that, but it grew since December, apparently. So instead of taking one shot, I'm on double shots. I get nauseous. I'm tired a lot. Trying to walk. And, you know, with everything else, walking is very hard for me. Holy crap, I've never had this much trouble brushing out my hair. The joys of curly hair. The joys and joys. Oh, that one's all good. Not. So I haven't been on much because I've just been dealing with the emotions of that. My freaking stomach looks like a connect the dots puzzle because of the blood thinners. I have to stab it in my belly. No, because it costs too much. to do so. I've been walking a little bit more, forcing myself to do so. So, you know, but it's definitely been an emotional roller coaster this weekend. Ouch. It's alright, Lissa. Aren't you supposed to be in bed anyway, Alyssa? You got school in the morning. Oh, cool. How was that? I wish I could do the hand cycle one. It's good upper body cardio. Ouch. Well, that's because the chair only goes a certain speed. So you have to work at it more. My hair smells so good. Mm-hmm. You would think that they would design chairs around the way they design bikes. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oh, cool. Even my arms are workout combing my damn hair. I don't brush my hair very often. I know that sounds weird. I just don't like the pulling on it, especially since I've had chemo. I like to be gentle with it. Okay. Well, you should try going to bed, darling. Do you ever listen to music at night, like with your headphones? Well, is your dad up so you can talk to him? What about your mom? Do you see how much hair I'm pulling out of my head? Holy mackerel. Well, I meant your stepmom. Look at that mess. And all it's given me is an afro. And people wonder why I don't like combing my hair. Ouch. I'm gonna go get a brush. Hold on. I hate menopause. Hot flashes galore. So our local Six Flags opens up this weekend. And of course we don't have season passes anymore like we used to. Mainly because I can't do it. It's not like Disney World where they have, you know, Disney has a lot of things in place for people with service dogs and disabilities. Six Flags sucks when it comes to that. Seriously, they do. Holy hell. Alright. There's that much done. Now... the amount of hair that I look, I just went through all of this and it knotted back up again. That's why I straighten it sometimes. And the only reason it knots up is because it's hair that has come out that doesn't get brushed out. Oh. Just double checking. Had a little knot there. Alright, there we go. Sorry, it was just causing a lot of fuzzies, like, all around. So. Yeah, TG, in the whole video that I made the other day, Friday, was it? Yeah, Friday. Was basically, you know, I taught my daughter a valuable lesson, I think. Definitely stick up for your rights, medical rights, and don't just go by one doctor's opinion. Because I told him I'm getting a second opinion. I don't think my doctor got my message because they haven't called back yet. My primary care doctor, because I want to know if I should be doing this at home, if they prefer me to go do it in the hospital. It's a pain in the ass. To say one thing, I'm not sweaty as much. I know that's gross, but I think that's one of the symptoms. Like, I was sweating like crazy. Are you still on? It says I have nobody on, but I never trust that. Hello! Hello, hello, taxis! I was just talking to T-Gene. So you know about, I told you in the email that I sent you about, how they found the pulmonary embolism Friday, and how it grew since the, December scan. They never told me in December that I had a pulmonary embolism. Otherwise I would have had it taken care of then before it grew. So, now they have, the hospital called me Monday and, was talking to me. I'm like, they never told me in December, because had they told me in December, I would have had it taken care of instead of risking my life the last 5 months of having it grow. Because pulmonary embolisms are extremely dangerous, and I don't think it should ever be treated lightly. Like, they just treated it lightly, other than, you know, having me go back in immediately. They were like, oh, it happens all the time, okay. But anyway, because the radiologist in December didn't put it in their notes, they're investigating who it was and why they didn't put it in their notes, because I could have died. Literally. I am on, Lovenox twice a day. I don't know how long for. I don't know the extent of the embolism. I don't know nothing about it other than it has grown since December. And I didn't even know I had it in December, because it would have been taken care of right there. I would have been on the shots and everything right then and there. Anybody who knows me knows that I don't mess around when it comes to my health. I mean, outside of not being able to lose the weight, anything else, I don't mess around. The hospital's doing the investigation right now. When I go see the new oncologist on Monday, I'm going to tell him I want all of my scans re-looked at by, you know, the radiologist. What it is the radiologist looks at the scans, the doctors don't. The radiologist looks at the scans, writes the notes down, and tells the doctor what needs to be done. Yes. Yes, because they know that I'm not messing around. I really think that they know that they could have a lawsuit on their hands right now. And it won't be pretty. I don't want to have to sue anybody, but we have just had not the luck with this place. But Monday I see the head of oncology. That's going to be my new oncologist. He is the head of oncology in the whole hospital. So, and I'm going to let him know. I'm just really not happy. It's been ongoing since November, and things were getting dismissed, and now I'm permanently disabled because things were basically getting dismissed and not further looked into. I mean, if it had been further looked into and researched, they would have put me on a different chemotherapy and stopped the chemotherapy within like the 6th or 7th week of treatment. Because in the 5th week was when I started having really bad chest pains, and they thought that it was heartburn. I've never had heartburn, so I didn't know the difference. It just really hurt, and I was on every heartburn medication under the sun, so I hope so. I got a really good oncologist down in Albany, so, but we want to try and have an oncologist up here closer to us, but it's hard sometimes. It's just, I have cried my eyes out all weekend because of this. The thing that just kept going through my mind is, what would have happened if my daughter came home and found me dead on the floor? And I know I shouldn't think like that, but we're moms. Our children are our lives, Oh, it would have been. And that's her biggest fear. That's one of the things that is going through her mind ever since I got cancer. And knowing that I had something that literally could have taken me like that could have been prevented. Ugh. My whole situation could have been prevented. The cancer, everything. Well, the cancer may or may not have been able to be prevented, but I wasn't given the option back in 2006 when I had my hysterectomy. The doctors that did my hysterectomy, sure. Da, 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 da. Hold on, guys. Texas has a phone call, and then she'll get back on. from doing that with my hair. Combing it all out. Fro. I have 2 really nice nails that are growing, and then all the rest of them just suck. Like, look how nice and evenly smooth that is. It's really nice. Then you get that one. See the bend in it? They're all the rest of them are like that. The bend and weakness. Medication, it sucks. But that's my nicest one. That one and that one. My nicest ones. I love them. I'm waiting for my mother to get on and message me back. Hello, everybody. Was blind, but now I see. I got lots of hair. I think I might go for my first haircut in, oh my god, when was the last time that I actually had my hair cut by a stylist? I don't know. It's a good question. I just need like an inch taken off. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Welcome to my life. Alright, so Crystal, I'm going to catch you up on everything right now. I'm waiting for Texas to get done. She's on a phone call right now. But I'm going to catch you up on everything. there's an investigation going on at the hospital on my behalf because of medical negligence. Friday, I had a oncology appointment where I had to go and get my blood work and my CT scan. And as soon as I got home from getting the CT scan, they were on the phone with me telling me that I had to go back immediately to start blood thinners because they found a pulmonary embolism and that it grew since December's scan. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I wasn't thinking straight. I just heard pulmonary embolism. I knew it was a blood clot in the lung. And so I was obviously scared and crying and upset. And when I hung up, I realized, I started thinking, I'm like, they never told me that I had a pulmonary embolism in December. Never did they tell me, otherwise I would have had it taken care of. And that when I went back and got the, Selena had training on giving me my shots that I need, my blood thinner shots. I have to have 2 a day. And I decided to speak. Right. I was talking to her, so you heard the video and stuff. She said that she didn't know about it in December because they didn't put it in the notes, the radiologist. I'm like, well, somebody should have. You guys need to basically do further further looking into with that. So the hospital called me Monday and told me that they're investigating looking into why the radiologist neglected to put it in the notes, because that's it's serious. Because a pulmonary embolism needs to be taken care of immediately. And I had it for 5 months, and it was growing in 5 months. I could have literally died. I could have been gone. And it would have been able to be preventable. If I had died, it would have been preventable had they have said anything in December. Luckily, I'm not very active. I personally think that that's what saved my life, because I mean, it grew, but it wasn't going anywhere. I don't know. I don't know the extent of the embolism right now. They just knew that I had it and it grew since December, and I needed to get in and get blood thinners immediately. Right, it could have killed me. I mean, it still can. So they're investigating as to why that radiologist neglected to put it in the notes, because the doctors don't look at the tests. They look at the notes from the radiologist. And I think my case should be a wake-up call. And I know that they got thousands and thousands of patients, but to better their healthcare, their way of dealing with patients, I think that this might be a wake-up call for them, because I'm not going to let it go, because it literally was life or death. And I know people get pulmonary embolisms every day. That's why they are blood thinners. They're on medications as soon as they find out, you know? So I just think that... Aww. I just looked into... You sent me the Happy Mother's Day to the most beautiful... Aw, you're so sweet. I'm going to send it back to you. I'm going to send it to my mommy. Send it to you. Hello. There we go. Sent it back to you. Sorry. I just think that there's just been too much going on with the oncology department, and I'm going to let them know. I see Pam's oncologist, who is actually the head of all oncology. So he's like the boss. So I'm going to let him know that I think that more training might need to be done. Don't dismiss the patient's fears, or don't make light of the patient's fears, because patients with cancer have legitimate fears. You know, the fears are legitimate. And I know that they see them every day, patients every day, so it's like it's like a conveyor belt. Yep. You know, I like doctors that take the time to understand the patient's fears and understand the patient's concerns and stuff. Oh, I can't stand Glens Falls Hospital either. C.R. Wood is supposed to be, the cancer center is supposed to be like nation renowned. Like, it's like one up there in the nation's top cancer centers. Yeah. This stuff makes me nauseous. I'm going to get on the phone again tomorrow and try and get a hold of my doctor, because I don't want to have to end up in the hospital a few weeks from now, because that's Selena's graduation party time and I don't want to miss that, you know what I mean? I won't miss it. I refuse. So, my stomach literally looks like a connected... Alright. Don't mind my fats. My fat. But, oh, wow, yeah, it did. But, I got black and blue. Black and blue. Black and blue. There's a little dot there. Here's a little dot. So there's there. That one wasn't from it. But what is that? Oh, I'll have to talk to them, but... So I have this one, that one. Oh, where are we? That one. That's on that side. I got that one. I think that's it for that side, because it's been doing pretty good. Actually right in here, I don't know, you can kind of see it bumpy right there. That's gonna turn into a black and blue by morning. I'm gonna tell Kaylin that we all miss her and love her. You guys remember Kaylin? She's one of the followers that has leukemia. She is in the hospital right now, because she needs to get, I don't know what it means, but CAR/T, or CART. She's on day 12 of it, so she's been in the hospital for 12 days. I'll read the post her mom wrote. She woke up not feeling well, but after a few hours and tears, she was back to herself. Her blood pressure has been elevated, as well as her heart rate. They have increased neurological checks to twice every shift. Earlier this afternoon, she was a little confused on a few, so they are just taking the necessary precautions. They are on top of the care, and I couldn't be more pleased with her team of nurses and doctors. I'm one of her, she loves watching my videos and stuff, my lives, and I would love to surprise her, just go down and surprise her at the hospital. If you want to comment on her page, if you go to Kay Strong, KAYSTRONG, all one word, in Facebook, and the picture is a circle with, she's in a gray t-shirt with a blue logo, and she has no hair. And I think it's in a pool area. Let me see. Yes. This is her photo. In the picture, it's Kay Strong going across her shirt. Sorry, my phone went kaput. Luckily, I was able to plug it in quickly and get it back on here. Da 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 da. Hey, I got two people on. Who's on? Say hello. Oh, jeez. Oh. I think she might be too old. Hey, there's 3 of you on. Say hello. Hold on. No, we're back down to 1. Starting to get medicine heady. Hate that feeling. There can only be one what, honey? And hello, Rachel! It's been forever and a day since we've communicated. Oh. Okay, that just went over my head, sorry. Is hubby working? Oh, God. Alright, they say that THC helps minimize nausea. Let's see if that works. Crying out loud, I've been trying to get rid of this nausea. I don't know. Where the hell? Oh, there it is. Did you want to talk about it or no? Because I can hang up here and we can talk if you need to talk. What the hell? Alright. Guys, I will see y'all later. I'm going to go talk to my friend Rachel. I think we need some girly adult time. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.